In this section, I will share with you my best tips for setting up sales pages. When I first published Instant Expert Profits version 1, I was not new to sales pages. At that time, I had already been writing copy as a freelancer for 10 years. The goals for the sales page development phase are to get the sale, obviously. You will get the sale by making sure that your sales page triggers an emotional buy response, handles objections, addresses the fears of the visitor by minimizing their risk, and guides them through the checkout process. To achieve the highest possible conversions, you will also track visitor data using Google Analytics. So, sales copy made easy. How to organize your sales pages. All right, so the number one rule is to use powerful headlines. Grab the visitor's attention with your big promise headline, telling them specifically what you're promising to teach them. Back up your big promise with a quick explanation called a subheadline. So you'll have your headline, which is a big promise, and then your subheadline that backs up the big promise with a short explanation. Number two, address their frustration or pain point. It's time to start filling in the body of your sales page. The next and largest section of your sales page will be the core frustration section. This is where you will address their biggest problems, weaknesses, and struggles and show them that you understand what they're going through. You'll use empathy to set a strong before statement, like this is your current situation now. You'll do this before you get them to thinking about how life could be different if they connected with you through your solution. Number three, present your solution. I don't believe in sales pages that put the solution and the buy button way at the bottom of the page where people never see it. So I say provide your solution right away. This is where you'll illustrate your offer. You'll want your reader to understand how their life and business will look different after they've tried your program. Make sure that you include both the benefits and the features, but really hone in on those benefits by using so that statements I mentioned before in an earlier section. A benefit so that statement is um, we offer you 90 days return or 90 days risk free guarantee so that you don't have to feel fearful or whatever, but use the so that statement so that you can help your target audience understand that it's safe or whatever benefit you're trying to explain. Number four, make your offer. Once you've shown them your solution, it's time to make the offer. Um, I like to make my offers as close to the top of the page as I can. If I can make it above the fold, I do. You want them to see your call to action and not have to search for it. The most important part of your section of your call to action is, of course, your button. You want people to be able to see your order button or your order form and be able to easily fill it out and move on to the next page if it's the order page. Um, Everything after your call to action is pretty much bonus material, but I would recommend that you have all this. Number five, introduce yourself or your company. Before you get too far down the page, you want to make sure that you introduce yourself and explain why you're qualified to be teaching or selling your program. People need to know who you are so that they can believe you and trust you, that you'll deliver exactly what you're promising. Um, if you're a company, you will tell about the company and what you've done in the past. If you're an individual, then you want to include at least a picture of yourself, and this is a perfect spot to do it. Number six, qualify your altar by filtering out the wrong people. Whatever it is you're selling, it's not for everybody. So you want to take the time to state who this offer is for and who it isn't for. Don't think of this as really eliminating people in general. Instead, think about this as eliminating the wrong people and pulling the right people. The right people will actually benefit from your program and have amazing results to show for it. But if someone isn't really ready for the offer, do yourself a favor and do them a favor and help them to realize that it isn't a good fit. Add an FAQ. Definitely have an answer and question and answer section. This is a major insider secret because the FAQ really it's not questions that people have frequently asked you. Instead, they're questions that the reader should be asking. You'll usually use the FAQ section to answer common objections that customers may have when they're purchasing your product. So this is where you can address some of those objectives. There's also where you might answer some basic questions about your product. There are things that people may have rattling around in their head, and your job is to make it clear so that they can be confident and make the purchase. And then eight, add some social proof or testimonies. Once you're finished writing the majority of your copy, it's time to go back and add some social proof. You absolutely want to use testimonials on your sales page. And if you're just starting out, you can get testimonials by offering preview copies to people in exchange for honest reviews. It's one of the easiest things to do. So here's a sales page for Blog Marketing Academy, and it basically tells you how to make money with blogging. So, what I really like about this is that they have the big promise below the subheading. So the subheading is it's not just another podcast, and the heading is it's an entire course. And then there's some bullet points that are telling you what the solution are, but the call to action buttons are at the top. There's subscribe with iTunes, subscribe with Stitcher, subscribe with SoundCloud. So to me, this is a winning sales page.